Let's give this a second, get the stream live. Y'all know I always like to check my sound first. Looks like the sound is all right. Let me switch this out of title. Title's gonna be Control Resonant. Looks sick. All right, so title changed. Let me change my the category also. Boom, updated category. Let's check my Twitch stream, make sure everything's cool. Oh, I gotta change this title. Stream manager. What's up, Millie? You back already? What's up? You good? Hold on, let me change. Wait, I'm not doing Resident Evil tonight. Resident Evil will be on tomorrow. I'm exhausted, but I do have some Crimson Desert, some Onimusha, and some Control Resonant to look at. So hold up, let me change the title. To Crimson Desert final trailer. I'm so stoked for that game. When that thing comes out, it's gonna be dope. Onimusha is back. You might be too young for Onimusha. When was did you ever play the original Onimushas? I feel like you just actually might be a little young. God dang, there's 42 million people who follow Just Chatting. That's crazy. All right, but we here, we up, we good. Let's go ahead and check this though. Yeah, you 22. I feel like you're too young for Onimusha, honestly. I feel like you was just too young for it. But Onimusha was a sick game back in the day, samurai style. But we're not going to start with this one. We're going to start with the Crimson Desert. So, I don't know if you've been following Crimson Desert. I've been following Crimson Desert hard. What are we? It's the 6th. It comes out on the 19th. So 13 days, just less than 2 weeks. I'm for sure playing this. For sure playing this. All of the trailers have been sick. It looks like it's going to be one of the biggest open world games ever. They said it's going to be 2 times the size of Skyrim. That if you're going by foot, it'll take 6 hours to get across. So let's see what they got in store for us for the final stuff. Millie, let me know if the sound is good or if it's too
Battle
quiet.
unfolds between the Greymanes, who fight to uphold his will, and the Black Bear forces that seek to set it aflame.
Every once in a while, a particularly
hear that
ambitious
good?
game comes along and immediately hooks the audience. In Crimson Desert's case, showing a grand-scale world that recalls elements of Breath.
Let me rewind this real
And
quick.
now, a bloody
Let
battle
me check the stream
unfolds
sound.
between the Greymanes, who fight to uphold his will, and the Black Bear forces that seek to set it aflame.
Every once in a while, a particularly ambitious.
So, from what I know is we're going to start in this battle. You were the protectors of this land, the major force that was controlling it first. And then Black Bears attack. The Greymanes, your squad is scattered to the winds, and I'm pretty sure you, the main character, Cliff, are going to die in the beginning. And you kind of get snatched up by these people from the void, and they're going to give you powers and send you back down.
Game comes along and immediately hooks the audience. In Crimson Desert's case, showing a grand-scale world that recalls elements of Breath of the Wild and The Witcher 3 quickly garnered a mystique for its ridiculously over-the-top ambitions for a new open-world action game. However, since its reveal back in 2019, it has taken a long time to get a clearer picture of how the ambitions
They'd be pulling the Azuno drop straight from Ninja Gaiden.
driving Crimson Desert have taken shape. And now, in 2026, it's garnered some healthy skepticism, leading many to feel it might be one of those games that's just too good to be true.
Yeah, people are saying it's too good to be true,
Thankfully,
but I've
with the
seen
now
it.
firm March 19th release date fast approaching, we have some
People have now had their hands on the game, and it is not. Apparently, it's performing on all things. This thing's going to be sick. Yeah, this
extended
game's gonna be amazing.
hands-on time.
I bet you when it comes out, there's going to be thousands of people streaming it on here, but we'll see how many people keep playing it, because I think this is going to be like a 200-hour game. It's going to take a while to get through.
Developer Pearl Abyss's large-scale single-player action game. After diving into the opening hours of this grand-scale sword and sorcery adventure, we got to see just how detailed and vast the world of Crimson Desert is in real time, and what sorts of oddball quests and brutal combat encounters are to come in protagonist Cliff's adventures across Pywell.
Damn. Let's go. Yeah, dude. I mean, I think to 100% it's probably a 100-hour game.
Crimson Desert focuses on the story of wandering warrior Cliff, a member of the Greymane faction that seeks to keep the continent of Pywell safe during harsh times. But after a ruthless warlord decimates much of his crew, Cliff himself is seemingly killed in battle.
Oh, I told you he'd be killed. I see. So they confirm it now?
Cliff himself is seemingly killed in battle.
I see.
But he's soon resurrected by mysterious new allies that come from the Sky Realm known as the Abyss. Now tasked with rebuilding the Greymanes, he'll recruit new and returning members to his cause, push the limits of his newfound powers, and directly confront a civil war and a malevolent force that's threatening the balance of the world.
And I'm not sure I'd be much help on my own.
Originally planned as a direct prequel to the MMORPG Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert is now a standalone adventure set in the same universe. Even without knowing the lore of Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert keeps connections light, aside from the similar high fantasy setting and, occasional references.
Let's go back.
It totally throws itself into the style of a Western high fantasy epic, but with the added energy of an Eastern-style action game in the vein of Final Fantasy.
Cool. I think it's better there now on the sound.
Lore of Black Desert. Originally planned as a directly confront from the Sky Realm known as the Abyss. Now tasked with rebuilding the Greymanes, he'll recruit new and returning members to his cause, push the limits of his newfound powers, and directly confront a civil war and a malevolent force that's threatening the balance of the world.
And I'm not sure I'd be much help on my own.
Originally planned as a direct prequel to the MMORPG Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert is now a standalone adventure set in the same universe. Even without knowing the lore of Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert keeps connections light, aside from the similar high fantasy setting and, occasional references. It totally throws itself into the style of a Western high fantasy epic, but with the added...
Let's get this right first. Having trouble hearing me with the game going in the background. Let me just check something first. Let me fix it. Do the window capture have its own sound? Okay, hold up. Let's see here. Is that...
But he's soon resurrected by
What about
mysterious
now?
new allies that come from the Sky Realm known as the Abyss. Now tasked with rebuilding the Greymanes, he'll recruit new and returning members to his cause, push the limits
What about
of
now?
his
You can
newfound
hear me
powers,
better?
and directly confront a civil war and a malevolent force that's threatening the balance of the world.
I'm not sure I'd be much help on my own.
Originally planned as a direct prequel to the MMORPG Black to his
How's the
cause,
sound?
push the limits of his newfound powers, and directly confront a civil war and a malevolent force.
I'll
that's
keep
threatening
talking.
the
Hold on, let me
balance
check it.
of the world.
I'm
Let
not
me
sure I'd
check
be much
it.
help on my own.
Originally planned as a direct prequel to the MMORPG
It's a little loud,
Black
I see.
Online, Crimson Desert is now a standalone adventure set in the same universe. Even
The
without knowing
background
the
needs
lore
to
of
go
Black
down
Desert
even
Online,
more.
Crimson Desert keeps connections light, aside from the similar high fantasy setting and, occasional references. It totally throws itself into the style of a Western high fantasy epic, but with the added energy of an Eastern style
Here we
action
go.
game in the vein of Final Fantasy. The opening chapters
All
of
right.
Crimson Desert do well to introduce Cliff as a rugged and stoic hero who can easily cut down enemies in his path, but is also willing to lend a
So let's see where we
helping
were.
hand to citizens across the
He's
land.
around helping, but everyone's... Okay, so you come back, you get killed in the beginning.
A member of the Greymane faction that seeks to keep the continent of Pywell safe during harsh times, but after a ruthless warlord decimates much of his crew, Cliff himself is seemingly killed in battle.
Warlord and Murden. Oh! He gets arrowed.
Resurrected by mysterious new allies that come from the Sky Realm known as the Abyss. Now tasked with rebuilding the Greymanes, he'll recruit new and returning members to
This
his
is the
cause,
Abyss.
push the limits of
It gives
his
me a little bit of
and
Assassin's Creed
directly
feel
confront a civil war
with that
and a
part.
malevolent force that's threatening the balance of the world.
He got a mask on.
Help on my own.
Originally planned as a direct prequel to the MMORPG Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert is now a standalone adventure set in the same universe.
Good, man.
Even without knowing the lore of Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert keeps connections light, aside from the similar high fantasy setting and, occasional references. It totally throws itself into the style of a Western high fantasy epic, but with the added energy of an Eastern style.
You hear the
action
dog
game in
barking?
the vein of Final Fantasy.
This thing's combat is sick.
The opening chapters of Crimson Desert do well to introduce Cliff as a rugged and stoic hero who can easily cut down enemies in his path, but is also willing to lend a helping hand to the citizens across the land.
So you're gonna try to...
All thanks to you.
Though much of the footage we've seen showcased the grand spectacle and ludicrous action in Crimson Desert, our hands-on time largely focused on the more laid-back tutorial set in the Hernan region of Pywell.
Yeah, of course. I heard these guys got to start with... Oh, look at this boss.
But
Oh, and you have that
with sequels
summon.
setting the tone for the pacing and storytelling, we've now got a much better idea of the larger structure of this open world adventure.
Yep.
While Crimson Desert has
Yep.
gotten a ton of comparisons to The Legend of Zelda, The Witcher, and even Dragon's Dogma, one game that really
He
blew
heard
their
you
mind
talk and
getting
he
our
started
hands on
barking.
was Red Dead Redemption 2. Despite
This
what
does
may
have
seem
a
easy
Red
about
Dead
how
feel.
fast you navigate the massive world, at ground level, there is a surprising focus on navigating its densely populated areas with care and attention. We spent a lot of time just
Yeah, this thing's
wandering the
supposed to
back
be
alleys,
bigger than
interacting with
GTA
locals, going
6's
about their
map.
day, finding new shops and cooking recipes, and even uncovering optional activities that do a good job of making the world
I'm
feel
freaking
bustling and
burping.
lived in.
What a woeful fate.
Some of our favorite moments from the opening hours came from seeing what sorts of side quests
That dude fell off the roof.
would pull us into. In one instance,
I saw
we
the
encountered a
preview
man who
this.
fell from his roof and needed help with cleaning his chimney. And that is exactly what we ended up doing for this side quest. We climbed up on the roof, positioned ourselves on the top of the chimney, and used our newly acquired broom to clear out the gunk to help the husband get some relief.
Oh, my back.
And then he freaking faked it.
Would you come off it, woman?
Despite the tone and action being serious, we were pleased to see how much humor and quirkiness were packed into Crimson Desert's opening hours. There are plenty of enemy bases to topple, but we also spent some time playing some back alley games of rock, paper, scissors.
So you make friends with all the people in the village. Feels like Red Dead or Witcher 3.
Even a quest that had us rescue
Or
an
even
adopted sheep to cheer up an upset child, and seeing
like
the very
Skyrim.
serious Cliff engage in such activities was much more amusing than we expected.
Now, is this the friend you were looking for?
That's not Woolly.
That.
He's got a fluffier tail.
Cliff begins his journey with a
You
fairly
find-
modest skill set and knowledge of the world, and as in traditional open world action,
Those are
games,
the things
larger
from the
goal of
Abyss.
Crimson Desert will be to expand his abilities and insight. When you pick up quest information, recipes, and even bounty notices for
Dang,
random
can you
targets
go
on the
to
world,
all of that in the
expand his
sky?
knowledge and fill out his records of all the wildlife, characters, and important events of the world.
That's a big ass
We're
rabbit.
impressed to see how much was packed into this comparatively modest section of the massive game.
That's the map?
Just looking at the map had us taken aback by how large.
Oh
Pyrite was.
my
It was
gosh.
interesting to take in Crimson Desert's pacing and its deliberately detailed approach to navigating and interacting with the world. Initially took some time to get used to. Even as a tutorial, we were kind of surprised to see how much time is spent on getting players to really take in the many features and opportunities to find. Granted, it is very much in the vein of Red Dead Redemption 2's movement and interaction, but admittedly we felt overwhelmed by just how much you could interact with. You can actually go up to nearly all citizens to greet them or even rob them, provided
That's a freaking orc.
disguise yourself, of course.
I pray the day greets you well.
Despite the range of activities, Crimson Desert is
Damn.
also a combat-heavy game, and even with Cliff's limited skills, the battles you can get into are quite brutal to see unfold. Initially, we
Hell
started
yeah.
brawling with bandits and goblins around the city. Still, eventually, things
Nice.
took a turn when rival knights and other faction leaders started looking to get a piece of Cliff.
Damn.
The mini boss battle against Matthias.
They're
was a
already looking to fight.
particularly thrilling fight, and even as one of the early encounters, it did a good job of showing how visceral the battles can get.
Oh, they have 2-3 stages as the bosses in this. Triple stage bosses is crazy. Oh, okay.
Eventually, Cliff will make trips to the mythical Abyss realm, where we navigated a series
That was
of floating
crazy.
ruins far in the sky. Stepping into these visually stunning environments was one of the best moments from our hands-on time, and it also gave us a jaw-dropping view of the world's vast landscape. These are also segments that
Damn.
introduce the new Abyss powers in some puzzle platforming challenges. These magic powers
Abyss
elevate Cliff's
powers.
combat and traversal skills to use his force-style powers to manipulate objects and
What?
use a force jump ability to propel him off the ground.
Oh, that's how you get that? These are all Abyss powers?
Eventually, we were granted the ability to glide and took it out for a spin by skydiving back towards the ground. It is a fun ability to use, but it definitely takes a ton of stamina to get the most out of it.
It uses stamina? Damn.
Skies is yours to command.
Throughout the game, Cliff will acquire Abyss Catalysts. which
Oh,
will
those
serve
are,
as
that's your
catalysts
skill
to
tree?
upgrade stats and unlock new abilities. These upgrades include improved jumping and more combat skills such as a suplex and more advanced sword strike.
Hell yeah.
In addition to exploring towns
Get a
and the surrounding
suplex.
wilderness, we also get to see the early goings-on of the Grey Mane faction system, which focuses on building up a crew, sending them on missions, and gaining new resources. Though we weren't able to see it evolve much, it was impressive to see that it's
So you're like
actually a
able to build up an
full-fledged faction
army
system that will continue
and
to grow
send
as
it to
you
go
explore the
do
world.
battles for
We really
you,
enjoyed the flow and action in Crimson Desert.
which is
The first
crazy.
tutorial was a solid onboarding to the larger
There are
world
whole
adventure
games
world.
that only
Based on
do
our
that.
Previous hands-on time, Crimson Desert currently feels much more intuitive and less complicated with its controls. Still, it had the recurring issue of being too complicated for its own good, with its systems trying to cram actions and features into a fairly limited set of submenus and combinations. For instance, you'll often have to manually equip key items and gear to activate some prompts, which can feel cumbersome.
I
This
see.
all ties back into the attempts to make players feel like they're having a more tangible connection to the world, but it can often feel too overcomplicated for its own good.
I
Along with
see.
the opening chapters, we also got a chance to get another look
Controls
at
will
the
be hard.
of Crimson Desert, which saw a powered up
Oh.
take on new enemies and a more powerful boss that matches up to his souped up skills. Moreover, Crimson Desert also
Damn, you are
includes
so
versions
OP
of
doing
in
that.
if you want to try a different combat style. While Cliff is still the central protagonist, playing as the tanky berserker Unka or the nimble and fierce Damien offers up some fun alternatives to Cliff's playstyle.
They both
It does
have
well to
crazy
showcase the
skill
variety in
sets.
Crimson Desert,
Damn,
how
choke
games
slam.
wrap up with more zany encounters that blur the lines between a high fantasy adventure and steampunk fantasy. Even with the lengthy hands-on time, we were still only scratching the surface of the larger adventures to be had in Crimson Desert.
Yeah, I
There have
think
been
these guys
many
had it
games in
for
the past that
6
try to
hours.
explore large open-world settings, but don't often really justify the need to go big and bold. But we were honestly quite impressed to see that Crimson Desert is not only presenting a case for its take on an open-world action-adventure game, it is also having fun with the concept by pushing its attention to detail and just how much there
Yeah, you're gonna
is to
cook
unpack
food,
within
have
this
arm wrestle.
sprawling
But then,
world. So far, Crimson Desert is showing
oh,
a lot of promise. It's certainly been on minds for several years now, which has invited a host of comparisons
Boom.
with other large-scale games. But our extended hands-on time has made us feel optimistic and
yeah,
intrigued
for
by
real.
the game's
This game,
maximalist action style.
the
And that's
reason
got us
why it's
plenty
also
interested in seeing if the full game can deliver on reaching the same highs as other genre greats. For more on the latest,
You're gonna
upcoming
share
games,
my
check out our
stream?
recent previews of Samson, a Tindleston story, and WWE 2K26. And of course, for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
yeah, man. These games that are coming out the East, this one's coming from Korea. They used to be an MMORPG, and that's why they can do so much in this game, is because they used to have they have the amount of skills they have doing an MMO. No, it was someone in there trying to tell me to pay him. I was just reading the message. You're all good, dude. All right. The other game I wanted to see was this one, Onimusha. You know anything about Onimusha? If you don't, this was a game from PlayStation 2. Not since I messaged you. I haven't checked it yet. I will check it when I get off. But yeah, we'll make some stuff this weekend. But yeah, so Onimusha was a game from PS2. And it had 4 games in it. And I think they were all on PS2. Onimusha 1 was sick. I think they recently made an anime out of it. But it's set in Japan. You're a samurai. And you have this gauntlet that can absorb souls. But demons are like strolling the land. So you clean them up. Then in the second one, that continues. And then it's 100... It's like with Oda Nobunaga, and you end up turning into an Oni by the end. The third one, you kind of jump into the future, and you've been pulled into the future, and you're jumping back and forth. And then by the fourth game, they had a new character. But looks like they're dropping this again. I'm super excited for this. I played all of the first 4 Onimushas, and for them to bring it back, let's go. I want to see it.
Onimusha the Sword. Capcom proudly presents the latest all-new entry to
Damn,
the
it looks
Onimusha
good.
Swordplay action series. Get ready for a soul-shaking swordplay action.
Dang, it looks like
in the
before,
Onimusha
actually.
series' signature dark fantasy style. Onimusha is set in 17th century Edo period Kyoto. You'll fight your way through iconic locales such as Kiyomizu-dera Temple. The protagonist, a lone samurai, Miyamoto Musashi.
Dang, you're Musashi.
Musashi set out on his journey with a simple goal: master the sword and stand peerless above all swordsmen. But the Genma had
Oh, they kill his ass.
Musashi is struck down, but finds himself revived with an Oni gauntlet on his arm. Now, Musashi has a new goal: rise up against the monstrous Genma ravaging the land.
That's what they were called, the Genma. I
Carve
forgot.
himself a new fate. But his path is not a lonesome one. A vibrant cast of allies awaits.
Damn. This is like how they made the anime.
Sasaki Ganryu stands firmly in his way. With blade in hand and fate in the balance, will Musashi's bloody battles against formidable
The dope thing was in the past, you used to be able to absorb enough souls that you would get a demon form, so you would have like an awakening. I don't know if you played Devil May Cry, like going devil mode, like this is kind of like that. You could go into a demon mode,
foes
Genma mode.
deliver him hope or despair? Kyoto's history is abound with many strange tales and unsettling mysteries. And you can experience strands of these hidden legends woven throughout the story.
Damn. This is like a shout out to the old one. It's made just like it.
Steel on steel, intense duels. Reduce enemies to pieces with the devastating
Oh! Oh, he's got the quick drag slash.
well-timed blocks to turn the tide of battle.
It's got some Sekiro stuff in it. With the parries.
And, of course,
Sick.
absorb souls with the Oni gauntlet to recover health or ready
Nice.
abilities.
Oh, that was
Moving
tight.
from one bloody and desperate battle to the next, Musashi searches for his reason to fight. What answers will
Oh,
he find
dirty ass
with
demon.
his blade?
Dude, Capcom's been crushing it. This kind of makes me feel like this is going to be good just because they did so good on Resident Evil that they're probably going to kill this also. Capcom has been doing really good on games.
Miyamoto Musashi walks the perilous path of the Onimusha,
Oh, you stab it in the eye.
and on it, a new legend
Boom.
forged.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm excited. Hell yeah. Those are the old ones. I see. Yeah. Dude, Capcom's killing it. The golden age of Capcom has been upon us. Dude, I'll show you some other ones that are coming too. This is the other one we're going to watch now. Control Resonant. But man, that one was so good. That makes me excited that Capcom is like still making good games and they're bringing back the old stuff that was good. And now he's Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi is like a real character. He's the one who made the Book of Five Rings. Basically, he had some 60 some duels or something. Let's see how many duels Miyamoto Musashi had in real life. And he killed all of his opponents. Musashi duels. Yeah, he had over 60 recorded duels starting from the age of 13. So he made that book and he had an undefeated record. Basically, in 15 years, he fought 60 people, killed all of them in duels. Ridiculous. And that's who this story is based off of. In this way, they took him and made him this. All right, next game. Next game is going to be this one, Control Resonant. I never played Control. I never played the first one, but I saw the preview to Control Resonant, which is the second one, and it reminds me a whole bunch of Devil May Cry. And Devil May Cry is sick. So this was at the State of Play 2026. It looks like it's Inception mixed with Devil May Cry, and actually the weapon you have just changes weapons by itself into different forms. It reminds, I don't know if anyone's seen that movie After Earth. He has like that After Earth weapon that just changes into different types of weapons. So let's check it out.
The sequel to IGN's 2019 Game of the Year made a few things clear
It was Game of the Year in 2019?
right off the bat. First,
Oh, I might have to go look at it.
Jesse Faden anymore, but rather her brother, Dylan. Second, we'd no longer be confined to the brutalist architecture of the oldest house. Instead, we'd be trying to navigate our way through a Manhattan.
See, that's some Inception, some Doctor Strange city.
As a result of the hiss getting out. And third, Dylan isn't wielding Jesse's badass transforming service weapon or even one similar to it. Instead, he's got his own badass transforming weapon.
Damn.
A Barrent, a massive hammer that brings combat into
Oh.
more than before. Remedy showed off a bit of proper gameplay at Sony's recent State of Play, but I've had the pleasure since then of getting an extended hands-off look at more gameplay, along with learning more information from the lead gameplay designer.
Hold up. Is this just his vid? Oh, it's from IGN. Okay, never mind. They're so lucky they get to go play all the games.
Surprised me. I adored the first Control, but early indications are that I might like Resonant even more. Why? It's not just that it's a markedly different and not just samey sequel, but it's that its melee combat might
Damn.
my Ninja Gaiden style itch.
Yeah, this is straight up Devil May Cry Trickster.
Said lead gameplay designer Sergei Mohov.
Action combat games are coming back.
Action-driven, aggressive playstyle action game. The player is very much in charge and not simply reacting. The main driver of combat is you.
So you're gonna initiate.
More, Remedy.
It's like Phantom Blade, kinda.
Do you feel it? Something is coming.
But what the fuck is the purpose? Who are the ops? Who
Remedy
are...
is calling Control Resonant an action RPG, and while the studio confirmed there won't be a ton of gear or inventory management, it's not a survival game, it's an action game, said creative director Mikhail Kasurinen. The team did show off some of its systemic depth. For one, there are talents, which Remedy says are, quote, the glue that ties your weapons and combat abilities together.
Skill tree, basically.
Is perfect dodge, which grants you a temporary
Dang, your
boost to
next
your
attack
attack
deals
if you,
50%
as the
damage.
name implies, time your dodge perfectly. Others include extended dash, self-explanatory, backstab damage,
Hell
and
yeah.
sustained assault. Remedy also made it clear that you
Nice.
won't unlock everything in a single playthrough. You'll also have ample opportunity to customize your build in the Gap. No, not the department store. It functions similar to Alan Wake 2's Mind Place. Here you can
In the
test out
Void.
various abilities earned by defeating Resonance, the bosses. The Gap also allows you to tweak your Aberrant, including the primary forms, secondary forms, and combo enders, or finishers.
What the
big
fuck?
goal is giving players more choice with their gameplay style. Like, for instance, if you'd prefer to tailor your build to focus on
Oh,
turning enemies
damn.
on your side, you can do that. Lots of stats are also exposed in the Gap if you want to min-max your build.
So you're gonna have all these
Less
different build
meaningful
types.
customization, meaning the cosmetic kind rather than the gameplay kind, happens in FBC field offices around Manhattan. Remedy describes these as the heart of FBC activity, saying they'll evolve over time as the Hiss crisis overtaking Manhattan deepens. As
You're in
everyone else is
Manhattan?
trying to figure out how to deal with the disaster out the window, you can customize your outfit.
What the fuck? What the fuck? That's some trippy ass
Manhattan,
shit.
which is split into several districts, aims to be visually distinct from zone to zone. Remedy wants to have more visual variety across the world. The team also knows that the map was frustrating in the first game, and so they showed off a work-in-progress version of it that clearly delineates each zone and seemed easy enough to follow
Yeah,
along
except
with.
what if
But what of the markers?
they're
on
all
the map?
sideways and
You'll have
shit?
your choice of two major categories of quests at any given time. Dylan's Journey, aka the Golden Path, and World Quests, or basically side quests.
I see.
In addition, there are smaller action bits and tiny puzzles, seemingly akin to unmarked micro gameplay moments. Through these, you can discover both secrets and lore. We want the world to be someplace you want to return to.
So you have to
Cassandra.
keep going out
One
there and
early
search
mission
it.
I got a brief look at. Dylan enters the Central District office of Zoe De Vera, a new character to control who speaks to Dylan through his earpiece.
Damn, and you just turn the world
She
like
also
that.
assigns him missions. She's often found listening to music, and Remedy promises that music will play a big part in Resident's world building. A clip of a conversation between Dylan and Zoe showcased the new dialogue system, which sadly I don't have footage of, but now not only very
Nice.
welcomingly gives you multiple choices for every answer.
Is that
it
him,
also
though?
lets you carry out these conversations while moving.
Oh,
It's for me?
Kind of. You'll know it when you hear it.
Remedy's emphasis on player-initiated action even extends to not cementing you in place during dialogue sequences.
the weapon just
which I can
switches.
appreciate.
Those were
and on this
gauntlets.
note, Remedy said that while Dylan's dialogue choices are there to give you a bit more agency over character interactions, they're not going to meaningfully alter the story.
Okay.
In other words, Remedy confirmed there won't be multiple endings to Resident
Straight
Evil.
line story. This thing looks sick, though. Let's see this action. Damn. You can
As
charge
Evil
it up.
Resonant is only at its alpha stage of development, I wasn't yet able to
Oh,
see
it's
a
an alpha.
continuous, uninterrupted section of gameplay. Instead, I got to look at a number of 1 to 2 minute gameplay clips. But once Remedy broke out the action, my eyes opened wider.
Nice,
Control's
perfect dodge.
melee-oriented sequel is not only faster paced than its predecessor, it's faster paced than I was expecting. I was mentally prepared for a Souls-light experience,
Oh,
something akin to the Star Wars Jedi games from Respawn. But no, in the action I saw, it's got some lightning in its veins. I won't call it Ninja Gaiden fast, but it's in the Devil May Cry Bayonetta neighborhood.
yeah. He turned it into a whip. Oh, into the double stabs.
Attacking, dodging, strafing,
Dude, this
performing
looks
moves,
amazing.
rinsing and repeating in rapid succession.
This
And I
thing
should
looks
add,
amazing.
all of this was happening with a lot of enemies surrounding Dylan at once.
There is a lot of
These are
enemies.
clearly not going to be one-on-one fights, which I admit is what I was expecting based on the gameplay clips teased at the end of the debut trailer. Oh, and speaking of fights,
Oh,
I also got a slightly less
What the
brief
fuck?
look at the Dancer Resonant fight, very briefly featured at the end of the State of Play gameplay trailer.
That's
It's
a
not
creepy
something to
ass
make any
thing.
Judgments on just yet, especially not without getting to play them for myself, but they've certainly got the potential to be memorable moments in the campaign.
but what
Brace yourself.
what is going on with the world? Where are all those creepy things there?
In a Q&A session after the gameplay presentation, I learned a bit more about what Remedy has planned for this sequel. The team did preface the conversation by saying they'd talk more about narrative and characters later in the year, closer
Okay.
to Resonant's release, but for now, there are nevertheless some relevant new details to share. First, on the technical side, Remedy has tuned its in-house game engine Northlight to enhance draw distance and support more enemies on screen at once. They also
Yeah,
want to make sure that
and
it is solid 60 frames per second on
this
all
is
platforms.
this is something a
Second,
lot of games are
in
starting to do,
Respawn, Mohave replied, quote, "To a degree, yes,
but there's more nuance. Okay,
quote.
so but
Apparently, that nuance ties to the narrative
that's one
that
thing I
Remedy isn't
wanted to
quite
say.
ready
Like,
to
so
dive into yet.
the reason why Crimson Desert looks so good is they built their own engine to run the game. It sounds like they built their own engine from this also. So it's not just running on Unreal 5. That's how it can do all this cool stuff. All the good games are starting to build their own stuff so that the games are badass. God, his weapon is so cool.
Next, is a fully range-based build possible? Mohab said, quote, "The main weapon is the aberrant, and that's Dylan's preferred method of combat. It's never going to be ranged only."
Okay.
That answers that. Interestingly, Kasurinen said, quote, "Music plays a huge part. Zoe's definitely in the middle of that, and it's part of how they bond. We don't want
Music.
music to just be a thing you listen to. It becomes part of the overall flow. The music is part of that experience, and that's hugely important to us, and we want to find our own way of doing it." As for influences on Resonant, Kasurinen acknowledged Neon Genesis Evangelion and, for the dialogue system, one of my favorite walking simulators. Firewatch was a big inspiration for this, he said. Finally, as expected, you certainly do not need to have played the first Control or the Remedy Connected Universe Alan Wake games to enjoy the story or characters of Resonant.
Oh, Remedy also made Alan
Very
Wake.
impressive demo of Control Resonant ended, and I was left wondering if there's a chance we might be playing this.
Look at those
sooner rather
stabs.
than later. No, Remedy isn't ready to reveal a release date just yet.
Look how he
I'd still
flips the
wager it's
world.
going to ship in
Oh.
the second half of the year, but if the studio is showing off behind closed doors gameplay right after its first gameplay trailer, which itself came very shortly after its reveal trailer, combined with the looming meteor impact that will be Grand Theft Auto 6's release
I see.
in November, I can't help but be left with a healthy dose of optimism that this could land closer to Control 1's August release month.
What, that
Alan
soon?
Wake 2's late October window. Is this just wishful thinking on my part?
Dang, with
Quite
the stabs.
possibly. And with how packed this year's
Whoa.
slate of big games is, I'm not sure there's really a quiet time that any game will get all to itself.
Damn.
But after seeing Control Resonant's aggressive, fast-paced combat for myself, I'm even more fired up to get my
Dude, this thing looks awesome. This thing looks awesome. Not only that, I saw him had the big hammer. He had the double knifed blades. He actually had like gauntlets that he made into fists. He had a spear. He had a sword. You can make that thing into a bunch of stuff.
Don't miss our recent hands-on looks at WWE 2K26 and Samson, a Tindleston story. And for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
I'm for sure playing that game. I'm for sure gonna play that game. And I'm gonna stream it. That thing looks so sick. That thing looks so sick. Hell yeah. All right. Now, last one. So this is one game I know nothing about, and looks like it came out the first trailer came out a year ago. But it is another. Is this Afro?
Harry. Oh my God.
Oh, he's playing Kazan the Berserker. I didn't play this one.
Okay, hold on. When you die, I died like 3 times, bro. Why are you showing me this? I'm just a little rusty. You didn't have.
He's funny. But Relic the First Guardian, I don't know anything about it. But the thing looked
Long
cool.
ago,
Oh, it's so
deep
loud.
within this forest, there was a tale of a who could never forget the sky.
What is this?
Deep in the woods, in the home of a solitary woodcutter.
Oh no, is this another horror game though?
Remained
I don't know. Resident Evil might be enough for me, man.
of holding on.
That thing is so scary.
Some bonds were never meant to let one fly.
You saw me. I got scared shitless yesterday when that chunk came out.
She lost herself.
Whoa. Attack it, fool.
It was neither a curse nor a punishment. It was a story of someone who lost the sky.
Damn. This thing's creepy.
The forest remembers the woman
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to play that one. I really don't know if I'm going to play that one. But the other ones we looked at for sure. I'll show you some other ones next time we're back on here. Tomorrow is Resident Evil again. We're going to try to get through the rest of that ending and then get Leon's side going. We'll see if we can't finish that game up by the end of the week. I'll hit you up on Instagram. I'll check that message now. Let's go and make me a logo. I'm thinking something like anime-ish action, like an avatar of me, something wearing an Onimusha mask, something like that. But dope. Good to see you again, Millie. And yeah, you ready to get scared tomorrow? We're about to do this Resident Evil. We got to go in there. We got to beat that fat baby monster that scared the shit out of me yesterday. It scared the absolute shit out of me yesterday. Cool. I'll message you and peace. See you tomorrow. Be a short night tonight. I had a long day at work. I'm tired as fuck.